Alright, as you can see, this bumper here, I took it off from the car. It had duct tape. The original owners duct taped it. I took the duct tape off. It had a lot of tape on it still. I cleaned it up with this stuff here. I don't know what it's made out of, but I could tell from the smell it would work. It dissolved the tape. I took the tape off. I sanded it lightly. This is an awfully big hole. I could not find a YouTube video on how to repair a hole this size. But I went down to the Home Depot. I bought this fiberglass mesh here. I cut it bigger than the hole. I don't know how I'm ever going to get the shape that's required. I'm probably going to have to keep pressure on it. I've only worked with Bondo once, and it was to do railings, to repair the woodwork on railings. But all I know is it's really quick. I got the hardener here, and here's the stuff. I cut up a piece of my dad's aluminum that he does for aluminum siding. Probably gonna be burned after this anyway, become scrap. I have no clue what I'm doing. I also got this. I'm gonna mix it, add the hardener. I'm gonna apply it around the edges of this, all around the edges, and I'm gonna try to adhere this mesh to it. When it dries, I'm gonna coat the other side. I've never done body work to a car before, but hey, why not have fun? Obviously I have to do this off screen because I can't mix this. I have a very, very quick drying time, so it's all getting done off screen. Quick question before I get started: is the can supposed to start off this low? I mean, I would expect it to be full like a paint can. I just opened it, took that off the lid, and that's all that I don't know, it's like good 3 inches starting point. I don't know. Alright, here's what I have right now. I put some underneath. Alright, unfortunately my camera wasn't working for quite a while, and it took me a while to realize. I had to reset all settings to get my camera to work, but I did 2 coats over here. Wait, I don't even know if I got around to showing this. Okay, so over here, I first went around the whole perimeter and then slapped the fiberglass mesh on top of that. And then I put a skim coat of the Bondo across the whole mesh, and it gave this support. That way when I applied the other side, I had some support to work with. I did 2 coats on here because I really need to fill, even though I had that support. I'm probably going to sand it and do another coat of Bondo just to fill in the little defects, because some of those pockets are kind of deep. But I think it has the right shape. I mean, it's a pretty big hole in a bad spot. But I'll do another update at the very end. Okay, here's the end result. I do not have my palm sander. I can't find it anywhere. But all them scratches come through. I could not sand it, which is really frustrating. I mean, it kind of matches. But once again, I just couldn't find my sander. I hand sanded a lot of this. Kind of tacky from the paint. Shine's a little different. This paint really isn't drying on too well. Looks kind of nasty. Alright, I took advantage of our broken tool I broke earlier. I broke it yesterday, and actually we were perfectly forgetting this screw right here because it's in a tight spot with the tire. See, I hit the tire here. I couldn't get a screwdriver, but that was the last bolt I just put in. The paint almost matches, not quite. Shows in the daytime. Gonna put the last plugs in here. Goes in like that. Oops, the paint was still wet. I got fingerprints on that. Cut my fingers. There's something under there I had to put on. I popped these all back into place. And there's 3 screws under the wheels. And that's done. Completely done. Don't even notice the big gaping hole that used to be there. Looks like a dent. Alright, so it's been a week since I did the Bondo repair on this car. And I thought you guys would like to know how it's going. Alright, here's a great reveal to the repair I did. Ah, it appears to have held up nicely. Alright. Let's take a closer look at the repair job. Yep. I guess someone somehow hit the car. But I can't really repair it as easily as I repaired this one because the plastic's been deformed. I can't pop it back into place. Okay, I scraped all the loose stuff off. It seems to be right around where the car first was. I mean, the impact happened right here. Everything around the area just flaked right off. But this doesn't budge. Even these pieces, I can't get them to come off. They got huge cracks in them. So I'm going to take the scraper and kind of gouge out the crack bigger, kind of like I'm doing plaster. So the next Bondo will actually hold to the big groove I'm gonna make. It's actually not too bad of damage. I'm gonna go Bondo it now. I still have some left over. Oops. So someone came outside and said, I don't know, kind of chilly out today. And they don't think the Bondo will hold on a cold day, so I'll just preheat the metal. Alright, this is a perfect time to voice over, because you can't hear over the sound of the torch anyway. But I found out after I've did the repairs that Bondo is not meant to go on top of plastic. The bumper is plastic, and plastic is far more flexible than Bondo. So the flaking after the impact is because I was not supposed to go on top of the plastic. I also failed to sand the primer or sand the paint before putting on the Bondo. Now I'm going to defend my actions by stating that I could not find a better way to fix a hole this size. And I also must say that the Bondo would hold on a lot better if people would just stop hitting the car. The cure time on this is ridiculous, so I got the heat gun. Alright, this is at least 3 coats later. I think I might have did a 4th skim coat. I went out and bought a palm sander. I mean, I don't know what happened to all the ones we used to have. We had like 5 of them, but now we're down to 1 brand new one. I don't have the filter on because I really don't want to clog my brand new filter. I'm just going to hold my breath. I made this last coat of Bondo a lot darker than the rest. I used a little bit of the hardener more than normal. It's really cool out here today. So I'm heating it up with this, well, maybe I'll top this off. I use more hardener than normal. It's a little darker than the rest of the shades. I did a lot of sanding, and I've noticed there was a big, it looked like a dent. So I did a coat over that. I had a scratch over here that was too deep for me to bother sanding it. And I did a little touch up from the original coat that had big scratches, and the sander does very nice. I mean, I'll show you again a little bit later. I would love to have recorded the whole project, but I can't, not enough storage. Okay, I just finished using all 3 coats of the sandpaper. Well, it's extremely smooth. I have, you can see them. That ain't gonna focus. Very small imperfections. I'm just gonna leave that stuff. It feels very smooth to my touch. I sanded out with the 220 as far as I might have touched with any other sandpaper. And it's extremely smooth to my hand touch. And I'm gonna take the bumper off to give it another coat of paint. I'm gonna primer the pink stuff and then use some silver for where the car is. I got the bumper off so I could paint it, so I don't get paint on everything. That's the undamaged side. That's the damaged side. The shape looks perfect. I painted it white with the primer. My sister got the wrong kind of paint. This paint is a textured paint, and as I was spraying it across the bumper, it left streaks everywhere because it did not disperse the type of texture properly, leaving streaks everywhere. Now I'm being told I must remind everybody to like and subscribe at the end of my videos. So, like and subscribe.